upbringings that have made us into the person that we are today. And whenever I'm asked, what things have you been through that have made you into the person you are today, there's only one thing that really comes to mind, and that's when my family and I lost our home to a foreclosure in 2008. So my mom and dad worked for this company ever since I was younger. I can't even remember when it was that they didn't work there. And in 2007, the beginning of 2007, the company decided that they wanted to relocate from Las Vegas to Pasadena, California. And so the corporate company was in China, and so they needed my dad to, basically move everything from Las Vegas to Pasadena. And so he said, okay, for sure. And they told him that when he moved, they were going to offer him all this great stuff. They were going to pay for his condo, they were going to give him a company car, they were going to promote him to a general manager, so he was like, that's great, And so by this time they put our house for sale after everything had moved over, and we were getting ready to move and everything, and my dad was getting anxious, so he said, when are we going to get our condo, because our house, a sale is being pended, and we need to go right now. And the manager basically said, there isn't going to be a condo. You're not getting promoted because we're needing to cut staff, and you're not going to have your job. So that was not part of the plan, obviously. And so my parents were left with very few options. Their only option really was to stay in Vegas, and my parents were going to have to find new jobs, or they're going to have to figure out something else. And so my dad turned to my grandmother for help, who lives in Walla Walla, and she said, if you guys can't figure out something to do, you can come stay with me until you guys get back up on your feet. And my parents figured that would be the best alternative because our house was pending for a sale. And so they said, okay, let's do that. In the meantime, my dad said that what he wanted us to do was someone needed to stay at the house in Las Vegas, and someone needed to go with me to Walla Walla so that I could start school on time, because they didn't want me to start in the middle of the year. And so my mom decided to go with me, and so her and I came up here, and it got really lonely because we're living with my grandma, which is my dad's mom, and so it was a little awkward. And my parents, their relationship suffered because they're away from each other. They always fought. Their finances were running low because my dad didn't have a job anymore, and so that wasn't fun. So my dad decided that it was time to just let the house go, because what was more important was our family to him, and he wanted to be able to provide for us. So he wanted to get up to Walla Walla and find a job right away so that we get a new house. And so we let our house go, and that was really hard, and my parents' credit's really bad now, but that's okay. And so we're here in Walla Walla now. Our house is a 4-bedroom house. We have a basement and a upstairs portion, and it has 3 bedrooms and a den, and a 2.5 bed bathroom, so it's bigger than our old house, which is nice. And overall, I've learned a lot from moving, from that experience. I look back at my life when I was living there, and I got everything that I wanted, and there's nothing wrong with that, but ever since I moved here, I learned that it's more rewarding to earn what you want than to just get it from your parents. Because one of my best friends from Las Vegas, she drives a Mercedes, she gets a tan and her nails done every day. She has a great life, and that's good for her. But I feel like I have a little bit more of an advantage over her because I work more for what I want. And so overall, it's been a really great experience. I've gotten a lot closer with my parents, and I've learned things about them and myself that I would have never known if we didn't lose our house. And I really like that, because before we moved, we didn't have a really great relationship, and I think it's really important to have a good relationship with your family, because really they're all you have. And so I'm really happy about that. And and I'm really happy. So I think that it's really important to just go with your gut feeling when it comes to important decisions like that, because I think I wouldn't have changed anything if we could go back and save our house and all those things, because although it was a really unfortunate situation, I wouldn't have changed it, because I'm so much more happier now than I was before.